JLG aerial lift model 860SJ. Learning objectives. By the end of this presentation, you will be able to 1. Understand the requirements to be a qualified operator. 2. Identify the potential hazards. 3. Identify the control measures to avoid the hazard. 4. Review the inspection criteria. 5. Complete an operator evaluation. Stop work authority. Your right and responsibility. Every individual on this site has the authority and responsibility to stop any work activity they believe to be unsafe or that could lead to an injury, incident, or environmental damage. No retribution. There will be no negative consequences for exercising your stop work authority. 1. Immediately stop the unsafe work. 2. Notify your supervisor or the nearest site supervisor. 3. Do not resume work until the hazard has been addressed and the area is deemed safe. Safety precautions. Introductions. This section outlines the necessary precautions for proper and safe machine operation and maintenance. A maintenance program using the information provided in this manual and the service and maintenance manual must also be established by a qualified person and followed to ensure the machine is safe to operate. The operation and safety manual must be read and understood in its entirety before operating the machine. Warning: failure to comply with the safety precautions listed in this manual could result in machine damage, property damage, personal injury, or death. Safety precautions. Introductions. An operator must not accept operating responsibilities until competent and authorized persons have given adequate training. Allow only those authorized and qualified personnel to operate the machine who have demonstrated that they understand the safe and proper operation and maintenance of the unit. Read, understand, and obey all dangers, warnings, cautions, and operating instructions on the machine and in this manual. Safety precautions. Introductions. Ensure that the machine is to be used in a manner that is within the scope of its intended application as determined by JLG. All operating personnel must be familiar with the emergency controls and emergency operation of the machine as specified in this manual. Read, understand, and obey all applicable employers, local, and governmental regulations as they pertain to your utilization and application of the machine. Safety precautions. Introductions. Workplace inspection. Precautions to avoid all hazards in the work area must be taken by the user before and during the operation of the machine. Before operation, check work areas for overhead hazards such as electric lines, bridge cranes, and other potential overhead obstructions. Check operating surfaces for holes, bumps, drop-offs, obstructions, debris, concealed holes, and other potential hazards. Safety precautions. Introductions. Machine inspection. Do not operate this machine until the inspections and functional checks as specified in Section 2 of this manual have been performed. Do not operate this machine until it has been serviced and maintained according to the maintenance and inspection requirements as specified in the machine's service and maintenance manual. Ensure all safety devices are operating properly. Modification of these devices is a safety violation. Do not operate any machine on which the safety or instruction placards or decals are missing or illegible. Avoid accumulation of debris on the platform floor. Keep mud, oil, grease, and other slippery substances from footwear and platform floor. Operation. General, do not use the machine for any purpose other than positioning personnel, their tools, and equipment. Never operate a machine that is not working properly. If a malfunction occurs, shut down the machine. Never slam a control switch or lever through neutral to an opposite direction. Always return the switch to neutral and stop before moving the switch to the next function. Operate controls with slow and even pressure. Do not allow personnel to tamper with or operate the machine from the ground with personnel in the platform, except in an emergency. Do not carry materials directly on the platform railing. Contact JLG for approved material handling accessories. Operation. When 2 or more persons are on the platform, the operator shall be responsible for all machine operations. Always ensure that power tools are properly stowed and never left hanging by their cord from the platform work area. When driving, always position the boom over the rear axle in line with the direction of travel. Remember, if the boom is over the front axle, steer and drive functions will be reversed. Fully lower the platform and shut off all power before leaving the machine. Remove all rings, watches, and jewelry when operating the machine. Do not wear loose-fitting clothing or long hair unrestrained, which may become caught or entangled in equipment. Persons under the influence of drugs or alcohol or who are subject to seizures, dizziness, or loss of physical control must not operate this machine. Operation. Trip and fall hazards. During operation, occupants in the platform must wear a full-body harness with a lanyard attached to an authorized lanyard anchorage point. Attach only one lanyard per lanyard anchorage point. Before operating the machine, make sure all gates are closed and fastened in their proper position. Keep both feet firmly positioned on the platform floor at all times. Never use ladders, boxes, steps, planks, or similar items on a platform to provide additional reach. Be sure that the boom is fully lowered. It may be necessary to telescope out to position the platform closer to the ground for entry/exit. Face the machine. Maintain 3-point contact with the machine using 2 hands and 1 foot or 2 feet and 1 hand during entry and exit. Operation. Electrocution hazards. This machine is not insulated and does not provide protection from contact or proximity to electrical current. Maintain distance from electrical lines, apparatus, or any energized, exposed, or insulated parts according to the minimum approach distance (MAD), as shown in Table 1.1. Allow for machine movement and electrical line swaying. Operation. Tipping hazards. The user must be familiar with the surface before driving. Do not exceed the allowable side slope and grade while driving. Never attempt to use the machine as a crane. Do not tie off the machine to any adjacent structure. Never attach wire, cable, or any similar items to the platform. Do not operate the machine when wind conditions, including gusts, may exceed 28 miles per hour. Operation, crushing, and collision hazards. Approved head protection must be worn by all operating and ground personnel. Check clearances overhead. Keep body parts inside the platform railing. Use boom functions, not the drive function, to position the platform close to obstacles. Keep non-operating personnel at least 6 feet away from the machine during driving and swing operations. Operation. Additional hazards. Be aware of stopping distances and all drive speeds. Do not use high-speed drive in restricted or close quarters or when driving in reverse. Always exercise extreme caution to prevent obstacles from striking with operating controls and persons on the platform. Warn personnel not to work, stand, or walk under a raised boom or platform. User responsibilities, machine preparation and inspection. Personnel training. The aerial platform is a personnel handling device, so it is necessary that it be operated and maintained only by trained personnel. Persons under the influence of drugs or alcohol, or who are subject to seizures, dizziness, or loss of physical control, must not operate this machine. Operating training objectives, use and limitations of the controls in the platform and on the ground, emergency controls and safety systems, control labels, instructions, and warnings on the machine, rules of the employer and government regulations, use of an approved fall protection device, enough knowledge of the mechanical operation of the machine to recognize a malfunction or potential malfunction, the safest means to operate the machine where overhead obstructions, other moving equipment, and obstacles, depressions, holes, and drop-offs, means to avoid the hazards of unprotected electrical conductors, specific job requirements, or machine application. Personnel training. Training supervision. Training must be done under the supervision of a qualified person in an open area free of obstructions until the trainee has developed the ability to safely control and operate the machine. Operator responsibility. The operator must be instructed that he/she has the responsibility and authority to shut down the machine in case of a malfunction or other unsafe condition of either the machine or the job site. Start with pre-inspection. Please review the operation and safety manual inspection requirements. Please review the company's key-off and key-on inspection form handout. Identification of machine components. 1 steer wheels, 2 drive wheels, 3 lift cylinder, 4 tower, 5 level link, 6 upright, 7 base boom section, 8 mid boom section, 9 fly boom section, 10 boom assembly, 11 power track, 12 jib if equipped, 13 platform, 14 platform console. Pre-start inspection. The pre-start inspection should include each of the following. 1. Cleanliness. Check all surfaces for leakage oil, fuel, or battery fluid or foreign objects. Report any leakage to the proper maintenance personnel. 2. Structure. Inspect the machine structure for dents, damage, weld or parent metal cracks, or other discrepancies. 3. Decals and placards. Check all for cleanliness and legibility. Make sure none of the decals and placards are missing. Make sure all illegible decals and placards are cleaned or replaced. 4. Operators and safety manuals. Make sure a copy of the operator and safety manual (EMI), safety manual domestic only, and ANSI manual of responsibilities domestic only is enclosed in the weather-resistant storage container. 5. Walk around. Inspection perform as instructed. 6. Battery charge as required. Pre-start inspection. 7. Fuel combustion engine powered machines. Add the proper fuel as necessary. 8. Engine oil supply. Ensure the engine oil level is at the full mark on the dipstick and the filler cap is secure. 9. Hydraulic oil check the hydraulic oil level. Ensure hydraulic oil is added as required. 10. Function check once the walk-around inspection is complete. Perform a functional check of all systems in an area free of overhead and ground level obstructions. Refer to Section 4 for more specific instructions. 11. Accessories and attachments. Refer to the accessories section in this manual or the accessory installed upon the machine for specific inspection, operation, and maintenance instructions. Warning: if the machine does not operate properly, turn off the machine immediately. Report the problem to the proper maintenance personnel. Do not operate the machine until it is declared safe for operation. Pre-start inspection. Walk-around inspection. Review the machine image on pages 2-6. Identify the inspection points on the machine using the inspection note on page 27. There are 16 items to review. Begin the walk-around inspection at item 1, as noted on the diagram. Continue to the right counterclockwise viewed from top, checking each item in sequence for the conditions listed in the following checklist. Warning: to avoid possible injury, be sure machine power is off. Function check. Perform function check as follows. 3 parts. 1 from the ground control panel with no load in the platform. 2 from the platform control console. 3 with the platform in the transport stowed position. Machine controls and indicators. Controls and indicators. Note: all machines are equipped with control panels that use symbols to indicate control functions. Refer to the decal located on the control box guard in front of the control box or by the ground controls for these symbols and the corresponding functions. Notice: the manufacturer has no direct control over machine application and operation. The user and operator are responsible for conforming with good safety practices. Machine controls and indicators. Note: the indicator panels use different shaped symbols to alert the operator to different types of operation situations that could arise. The meaning of those symbols are explained below. Red octagon indicates a potentially hazardous situation, which, if not corrected, could result in serious injury or death. This indicator will be red. Yellow triangle indicates an abnormal operating condition, which, if not corrected, may result in machine interruption or damage. This indicator will be yellow. Green square indicates important information regarding the operating condition, that is, procedures essential for safe operation. This indicator will be green with the exception of the capacity indicator, which will be green or yellow depending upon platform position. Machine controls and indicators. Ground control console. See Figure 3.3 on page 3.5. Note: when the power/emergency stop switch is in the on position and the engine is not running, an alarm will sound, indicating ignition is on. Warning: to avoid serious injury, do not operate machine if any control levers or toggle switches controlling platform movement do not return to the off position when released. Machine controls and indicators. When the machine is shut down, the master emergency stop switch must be positioned to the off position to prevent draining the battery. To avoid serious injury, do not operate machine if any control levers or toggle switches controlling platform movement do not return to the off position when released. Identification of machine components. 1. Indicator panel. 2. Telescope. 3. Swing. 4. Lift. 5. Platform ground. Select switch. 6. Hour meter. 7. Power. Emergency stop. 8. Engine start auxiliary power. Function enable. 9. Not used. 10. Platform leveling override. 11. Platform rotate. 12. Not used. 13. Air shoot-off valve SOV if equipped. Identification of machine components. 1. Indicator panel. 2. Telescope. 3. Swing. 4. Lift. 5. Platform ground. Select switch. 6. Hour meter. 7. Power. Emergency stop. 8. Engine start auxiliary power or engine start auxiliary power function enable. 9. Articulating jib boom. 10. Platform leveling override. 11. Platform rotate. Machine controls and indicators. Note: when the platform ground select switch is in the center position, power is shut off to the controls at both operating consoles. Remove the key to prevent the controls from being actuated. The key is removable in the platform position on CE specification machines. The key must be available to ground personnel in the event of an emergency. Note: when the power emergency stop switch is in the on position and the engine is not running, an alarm will sound, indicating ignition is on. Caution: when the machine is shut down, the master emergency stop switch must be positioned to the off position to prevent draining the battery. Machine controls and indicators. Warning: only use the platform leveling override function for slight leveling of the platform. Incorrect use could cause the load occupant to shift or fall. Failure to do so could result in death or serious injury. Machine controls and indicators. Review ground control indicator panel figure 3.5. 1. No alternator output. 2. Engine oil pressure. 3. Engine water temp. 4. Engine oil temp. 5. Malfunction indicator. 6. Glow plug wait to start. 7. Platform overload. 8. Drive and steer disable. Machine controls and indicators. Platform controls. See Figure 3.6 in the OSM on page 314. Warning: to avoid serious injury, do not operate machine if any control levers or toggle switches controlling platform movement do not return to the off or neutral position when released. Warning: only use the platform leveling override function for slight leveling of the platform. Incorrect use could cause the load occupants to shift or fall. Failure to do so could result in death or serious injury. Machine controls and indicators. Platform controls. See Figure 3.7 in the OSM on page 320. Warning: if the level system fault indicator is illuminated, shut down the machine, recycle the emergency stop, and restart the machine. If the fault persists, return the platform to the stowed position using manual leveling as required, and have leveling system repaired. Warning: if tilt warning light is illuminated when boom is raised or extended, retract and lower to below horizontal, then reposition machine so that it is level before extending boom or raising boom above horizontal. Machine controls and indicators. Platform console. See Figure 3.7 in the OSM on page 320. Warning: to avoid serious injury, do not remove, modify, or disable foot switch by blocking or any other means. Warning: foot switch must be adjusted if functions activate when switch only operates within last 1/4 of travel, top or bottom. Warning: if the cable service indicator is illuminated, return the platform to the stowed position, shut down the machine, and have the boom cables inspected. Machine operation. This machine is a self-propelled hydraulic lift equipped with a work platform on the end of an elevating and rotating boom. The primary operator control console is in the platform. From this control console, the operator can drive and steer the machine in both forward and reverse directions. The operator can raise or lower the upper or lower boom, or swing the boom to the left or right. Standard boom swing is 360-degree, continuous left and right of the stowed position. The machine has a ground control console, which will override the platform control console. Ground controls operate the boom lift and swing, and are to be used in an emergency to lower the platform to the ground should the operator on the platform be unable to do so. Ground control is also to be used in pre-start inspection. Machine operation, operating characteristics and limitations. Capacities. The boom can be raised above horizontal with or without any load in the platform if 1. The machine is positioned on a smooth, firm, and level surface. 2. Load is within the manufacturer's rated capacity. 3. All machine systems are functioning properly. 4. Proper tire pressure. 5. The machine is as originally equipped from JLG. Stability. One machine's stability is based on two conditions, which are called forward and backward stability. 2. The machine's position of least forward stability is shown in C figure 4.3, and its position of least backward stability is shown in C figure 4.2. Machine operation. Engine operation. Note: initial starting should always be performed from the ground control console. Warning: to avoid forward or backward tipping, do not overload the machine or operate on an out-of-level surface. Machine operation. Starting procedure. Note: diesel engines only. After turning on the ignition, the operator must wait until the glow plug indicator light goes out before cranking the engine. Caution: if engine fails to start promptly, do not crank for an extended time. Should engine fail to start again, allow started to cool off for 2 to 3 minutes. If engine fails after several attempts, refer to Engine Maintenance Manual. Machine operation. Caution: allow engine to warm up for a few minutes at low speed before applying any load. Machine operation. Shutdown procedure. 1. Remove all load and allow the engine to operate at low speed for 3 to 5 minutes. This allows further reduction of internal engine temperature. Push the power emergency stop switch in. Turn platform ground select switch to off. Caution: if an engine malfunction causes an unscheduled shutdown, determine the cause and correct it before restarting the engine. Machine operation. Fuel reserve shut-off system. The fuel shut-off system monitors the fuel in the tank and senses when the fuel level is getting low. The JLG control system automatically shuts the engine down before the fuel tank is emptied, unless the machine is set up for engine restart. Machine operation. Review figures 4S and 4.3. Position of least backward stability. Telescope fully extended. Turnable rotated 90 degrees from stowed position. Machine will tip over in this direction if overloaded or operated on an out-of-level surface. Turnable rotated 90 degrees from the stowed position. Boom fully elevated. Rotate platform 90 degrees. Machine will tip over in this direction if overloaded or operated on an out-of-level surface. Machine operation. Traveling driving. Traveling is limited by two factors. 1. Gradability, which is the percent of grade of the incline the machine can climb. 2. Side slope, which is the angle of the slope that the machine can be driven across. Machine operation. Do not drive with the boom above horizontal except on a smooth, firm, and level surface. To avoid loss of travel control or tip over, do not drive the machine on grades exceeding those specified on the serial number plate. Be sure the turntable lock is engaged before any extended traveling. Do not drive on side slopes that exceed degrees. Use extreme caution when driving in reverse and at all times when the platform is elevated. Before driving, make sure the boom is positioned over the rear drive axle. If the boom is over the front wheels, steer, and drive controls will be reversed. Machine operation, traveling forward and reverse. 1. At platform controls. Pull out the emergency stop switch and activate the foot switch. 2. Position the drive controller to forward or reverse as desired. 3. This machine is equipped with a drive orientation indicator. 4. The yellow light on the platform control console indicates that the boom is swung beyond the rear drive tires, and the machine may drive/steer in the opposite direction from the movement of the controls. Machine operation. If the indicator is illuminated, operate the drive function in the following manner. 1. Match the black and white direction arrows on both the platform control panel and the chassis to determine the direction the machine will travel. 2. Push and release the drive orientation override switch. Within 3 seconds, slowly move the drive control toward the arrow matching the intended direction of machine travel. The indicator light will flash during the 3-second interval until the drive function is selected. Machine operation. Platform level adjustment to level up or down. Position the platform/level control switch up or down and hold until the platform is level. Warning: only use the platform leveling override function for slight leveling of the platform. Incorrect use could cause the load or occupants to shift or fall. Failure to do so could result in death or serious injury. Machine operation. Platform rotation. To rotate the platform to the left or right, use the platform rotate control switch to select the direction and hold until the desired position is reached. Machine operation. Boom. Do not swing or raise the boom above horizontal when the machine is out of level. Do not depend on the tilt alarm as a level indicator for the chassis. To avoid tipping over, lower the platform to ground level. Then drive the machine to a level surface before raising the boom. To avoid serious injury, do not operate the machine if any control lever or toggle switch controlling platform movement does not return to the off or neutral position when released. If the platform does not stop when a control switch or lever is released, remove your foot from the foot switch or use the emergency stop switch to stop the machine. Machine operation. Swinging the boom. To swing the boom, use the swing control switch to select right or left direction. Notice: when swinging the boom, make sure there is ample room for the boom to clear surrounding walls, partitions, and equipment. Raising and lowering the boom. To raise or lower the boom, position the boom lift control to up or down until the desired height is reached. Telescoping the main boom. To extend or retract the boom, use the telescope control switch to select in or out movement. Machine operation. Function. Speed control. This control affects the speed of the telescope and swing, turning the knob all the way counterclockwise until it clicks puts the drive, main lift, telescope, and swing into creep mode. Machine operation. SkyGuard Skyline. SkyGuard provides enhanced control panel protection. When the SkyGuard sensor is activated, Functions in use at the time of actuation will reverse or cut out. Machine operation, shut down and park. Shut down and park. To shut down and park the machine, the procedures are as follows. 1. Drive the machine to a reasonably well-protected area. 2. Ensure the boom is lowered over the rear drive axle. 3. Push in the emergency stop at platform controls. 4. Push in the emergency stop at ground controls. Position platform/ground select switch to center off. 5. If necessary, cover platform controls to protect instruction placards, warning decals, and operating controls from a hostile environment. Emergency procedures. Emergency operation operator unable to control machine if the platform operator is pinned, trapped, or unable to operate or control the machine. 1 other personnel should operate the machine from ground controls only as required. 2 other qualified personnel on the platform may use the platform controls. Do not continue operation if controls do not function properly. 3 cranes, forklift trucks, or other equipment can be used to remove platform occupants and stabilize the motion of the machine. Notice, following any accident, thoroughly inspect the machine and test all functions first from the ground controls, then from the platform controls. Do not lift above 3 meters or 10 feet until you are sure that all damage has been repaired, if required, and that all controls are operating correctly. Summary. 1. Post-test review. 2. Feedback. 3. Inspection evaluation. 4. Operator performance evaluation.